Who next? You say you don't want to talk about this. Kim and Pete broke up. I mean, I don't care because I'm over Kim anyway, and I really hope she don't try to go back to Kanye. But people just found it coincidental that they broke up, and now Kim was chilling in Kanye's Yeezy office, shooting a campaign for him. I mean, she does own Party Yeezy, but at the same time,
supposedly,
because
I'm pretty sure it came out that she doesn't own anything.
Yeah, because people could be trying to use that as like the reason. Oh, she's only there for that. I'm like, she didn't have to go to the studio. Like, let's not. I don't know their business, but if I was been married to somebody for 10 years and try something new, and then it didn't work out, I think it's almost human nature but to try to go back, right? I mean, initiating a divorce is very extreme, but I feel like people always kind of miss that old thing, whatever that's like the saying. I don't know if they're doing anything. I'm not gonna look at it that extreme, but why are you in his office? Like, you could have shot a Yeezy campaign in your rib. Like,
the thing is, I don't put anything past these celebrities, so this whole thing could have, because the thing is,
everybody got fame from this.
Nobody truly understands the impact of these campaigns and blogs more than the person themselves does. So from our perspective, it's just a bunch of mess and blah, 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 blah. But the person that is impacted by these things, so Kim and Kanye, they get to see these things in their bottom line. So when it comes to their TV shows and viewership and YouTube and all that other stuff,
the
that's coming.
Relationship stuff, like that first season probably did numbers.
Right, it's going into their bank account, so they see things a little bit differently.
This Yeezy campaign, when it releases officially, you know how many people are gonna be coming to be nosy.
Right, like even like people, because you can't measure if you're not a part of the business, right? Like you can't necessarily imagine or fathom what that does for business. So who knows how much Balenciaga, Yeezy, Gap collection did more just because of this Pete scenario. And I know it sounds crazy that people would go and buy Kanye's clothes because of something like this, or buy Kim's things because of something like this, but people do that.
Yeah, and they were literally in the media,
or people
nonstop.
Some people, we live in the Gen Z Instagram social media culture, so for the most part we're all in the know about certain things, but there's a whole other like group of people that have no idea about any of these things, right?
Yeah, they don't care.
I told you in the office they were asking about my Jordan 1s and asking if they were Air Forces, right? That's somebody that has no idea about what these things are. So there's a world that exists outside of things that are even popular. People don't necessarily know who Kim Kardashian is, and everybody doesn't know who she is. Everybody doesn't know who Kanye is, but maybe these sorts of things, maybe they now are familiar with.
Yeah, cause I think with this situation, like with their divorce, oh my gosh, so many people came out the woodworks. You've seen like 50, 60-year-old white women mostly. Oh, Kanye is an abuser. He's when stuff like this happens, here they come out the woodworks. He's a narcissist. He's an abuser. He's a stalker. Like, they were trying to tear Kanye down with that whole moving next door stuff and thinking that he was like a stalker. I'm like, they probably don't even know any of this and any of them really, but they just kind of got involved with the headlines because it was such a big thing. And here they come out of the woodworks. Carol, here comes Carol in the comments. Kanye is crazy, and they don't know who he is because they spelling his name wrong. Like, it's just,
they call him Kane.
Yeah, Kane. They spell it Kayne. I'm like, who's Kane? Like, and Kane was trending on Twitter. The misspelled. They don't know who he is. They just got involved. But Kanye and Kim was saying there like, we had it bad because you get clicks on your profiles. There's a lot.
Yeah, you get more followers. You have more of what's the word
like
for it? Yeah, like your status has more impressions, so you can use that as leverage for advertising. And Kanye could go to Adidas now and say, well, look, I have an increase in this amount of impressions, so that means I could probably sell. If we can convert 10% of that into sales, then that's how it works as a business. Like, and these people aren't stupid.
Everyday people are so mad that these people are rich and billionaires, but look how you guys so easily give money. Like, people don't understand, like, outrage media or outrage with
makes it work around.
Like, what would you call it? Outrage? Like,
marketing.
Impression. Yeah, marketing is probably one of the most successful ways. And people fall for it every time. Like, when I see people writing think piece paragraphs in people's comments, I'm like, you guys are literally falling for it, and it's hilarious to me. You're making these people billionaires, and I know I will be sitting on the other end laughing, like, look at these dummies making us rich. Dumb, like, gullible and just dumb.
So yeah, I wouldn't put it past that this was all a part of the plan anyway, and she just latched on to like I don't want to say anything disrespectful to him because I don't have any personal feelings towards him. But somebody that's like not harmful, I would say, or somebody that was like has like a image that's not like too over. Like she couldn't go do this with some like hood person. Like it just wouldn't have been good for the image. So she got like the most harmless person that she could find.
And it was Pete. Like he's been with some of like the most prominent women.
Right.
Like Ariana Grande. Like he's been around.
And as crazy as it sounds, like, yeah, I don't consider it to be smart because I think that a lot of business is common sense. I think what allows you to do good business a lot of times is just having the resources to do it. Like, it makes sense. Like, Uber, for example, the idea of Uber is common sense. Like, why? But people did think of it. Like, I've heard all the time. Like, I was just reading a tweet the other day. Like, in my Ask FM, right? I wish Taco Bell delivers. People have had these ideas forever, right? I don't have the resources to make a delivery food app that will deliver me Taco Bell, but somebody did have the resources, generated a ton of money, and was able to make the company. But I don't necessarily think that ideas that work are always considered smart or good ideas. Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is that as crazy as it might sound to somebody that's not really into business or understand the inner workings of like the true inner workings of marketing and all that kind of stuff, it might sound crazy that the plan was to grab somebody as harmless as Pete, somebody that is the complete polar opposite of Kanye, to create such a crazy contrast, which would bring more attention versus grabbing somebody that looked just like Kanye or another rapper or something like that.
Yeah, because look at her rap sheet. Like, it would have been typical if she just went to another black guy.
Right.
Or a football player or something like, you know.
Let me get the complete opposite of that, complete contrasting person, somebody that's said, you know, possibly disparaging things about Kanye before.
Yeah.
Let me grab him, and this is going to do X, Y, Z.
Friend.
Right. This is going to do X, Y, Z. And even if it is that deep, like, oh, this is also, you know, Kid Cudi's friend, and Kanye and Kid Cudi are friends, like, this is blah, blah, blah. As intricate even as that is, that to me is not smart. That's almost like common sense business practice, especially when you're in that racket and that's all you do. It's how you generate your value and your money. Yeah. It's not a smart idea to me.
But do you think... Because, like, sometimes we give celebrities too much credit. Like, do you think there was genuine stuff there, though? Like, between her, like, and Pete?
No.
Like, what about the tattoos, though? Like, he literally got the kid's initials on him. I think... But that's why I think it's kind of messed up, too. Because I think maybe on Pete's end, it was a little real. And I feel like Kim kind of took advantage of his, like... I think he has, like, BPD. Like, he's, like, bipolar, I think, and borderline personality disorder. I don't want to misdiagnose him. But I think he has mental health disorders that he... struggled with.
That's a different conversation.
I think getting the tattoos is some type of problem. Like, that's weird to me. Getting tattoos of your the kid's initials.
Yeah, that's a different question. But I'm saying, like, for her specifically.
So do you think she's like? I know this is a conversation. People think that the Kardashians are evil. Do you think she's like kind of evil then, for like kind of using Pete as a pawn in this game?
I think it depends how you define it. Define evil, but yes, I think that but I said this before, like, yes, she's using him as a pawn for money, which could be perceived as an evil thing because that's like probably against one of the 10 commandments. So, and
I think everybody knew it wasn't gonna last anyway.
And I know everybody says that about every relationship, but
for them it was obvious. Like, it was like a 20-year, 10-year age gap, whatever. Pete literally has a history of failed relationships. Kim is like in her 40s with 4 kids. Like, I just knew it wasn't gonna work. Like, she just got out of a 10-year marriage. It was, and she even admitted it herself. She said it, that she pursued him, like, just to find out what, you know, because he heard in these streets about his thing.
What thing?
His thing.
His comedy?
No, his thing. He's not playing stupid. She heard in these streets.
Don't tell me about that.
But she said she admitted it. She did. That's the only reason she even pursued him, because she just wanted to try it out herself. I'm like, you're sick.
Trying it out was funny.
That's what she said. She's literally sick for saying that. Like, that's sick.
She's not sick for saying it, but that's just funny.
No, but come on, Ariana like literally sends her PR packages. Like, I thought they was cool. Like, now you want her sloppy seconds? You weird. Yeah. That's celebrity world. I mean, that's not even a celebrity world thing. It happens in real life all the time. People sharing friends.
But it's definitely a celebrity thing. They do it nasty.
They do really nasty. You know,
it's probably crazy. They're like, yo,
the stories. I don't even want to know the stuff that actually happens is probably very sick. Like, weird stuff.
Don't let me become in that racket, because I'm definitely snitching.
I'm going to be like...
Yeah. I'm going to be the back.
I'll sign the NDA, but I'm coming home and telling you everything. Like, if I was in those...
I'm signing the NDA, but I'm putting out my tell-all. Put out my
Write
tell-all
a
book,
book.
and I'm going to move.
Make the money back from the lawsuits.
I'm moving to Thailand. You ain't never gonna see me again. I'm gonna have a huge beard and
There's
bald.
probably some crazy. I wish I was a final war. I wish I knew, because I know there's probably some nasty stuff. Like, you have money and you're famous and you're rich. Like, you have no problems in this world. The stuff that goes down is probably sick.
Sometimes people give random nuggets, like
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky talking about his 19-something they had on a boat. Yeah.
Ooh, it probably gets crazy. I want to know. I'm so nosy.
I'm telling you, I'm writing my tell-all. It's gonna be.
We got to get in there.
It's gonna be a New York Times bestseller.
I'm surprised no one has it. I think people are just too scared.
Oh, you would get killed. I think you would actually get killed.
Yeah.
Because of the type of people that are in there. You know, because remember I told you that
politicians.
It was that thing I told you about, the Ashley Madison website hack that happened, and then all of the executives and all these big places got exposed.
Yeah.
For the escort servers.
Oh my God, it's probably
because it's not just entertainers.
No,
entertainers.
I said politicians, CEOs. Elon probably did some crazy things.
Oh,
like, it's probably.
And they all probably have some crazy group chat.
And they just plan this thing. So, like, think about it. We work as humans every single day. Like, 'cause we have goals to reach. Like, we're working. We have work Monday through Friday. Like, most of our day is taken away just for us to, like, pay our bills. These people have all the success in the world. And they are kind of stressed out, dealing with public, people and paparazzi and all that. But they have no care in the world. They drink and they go to these extravagant parties. It probably gets really nasty.
Yeah. That all-white party?
Yeah.
The Hamptons parties?
And the crazy thing about that all-white party is, like, I think it is a little weird that they're inviting, like, people like Charli D'Amelio. Like, she just turned 18. Like, last year she was 17 at that event. Like, it's a little weird.
I'm not putting out any conspiracies.
I mean, she's been in relationships this year and last year, so I don't think she's done anything there. But I'm sure she was drinking and stuff. Like, people this year too, they're like, "Who that white girl?" Like, Charli was just in pictures with, like, little baby and Drake dancing near them. Like, And her parents are getting invited too. The whole family gets invited. The parents are there. The parents might be wilding out too. Like, I don't want to know.
Let's get back to the topic at hand.
Yeah. But yeah, we were saying if we think Kim was like, if it was a plan and she just used him.
Yeah.
So what do you think the ultimate goal is? Or do you think she plans to get back with Kanye or no?
I think.
Because Kanye seemed like his motions at how he was acting might have not been, like, I don't know. His end seemed a little real, his feelings, but who knows?
It's tough to speculate because there's a number of directions that her strategy could go. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I don't want to say any specific one that I think she's going to do. But she's going to do, of course, this is a no shit kind of analysis, but she's got to grab something again to make her hot. So what that's going to be, it could be a release of like a Yeezy Kim Kardashian collab or something like that, or a Kim K Yeezy sneaker or something. Just something to get her back hot again, or jump to some other rapper.
But see, I don't like that though, because I feel like Kanye's not really a part of this ploy. I mean, he still benefits, but I feel like it's the Kardashians that kind of concoct these plans more. And it's kind of like, I feel like you kind of tag him along though, right? Like, that he still, like, loves you and still was fighting for the family recently. Like, we saw the listening party last year. Like, he's been trying to get his family back, and it's like, don't play with his emotions like that.
I know money's money, and having money, there's never such thing as too much money.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I just wonder why that's still a focus for them after a certain point.
That's what I feel like, because I'm like, you guys are both billionaires. Like, I feel like once you reach that, you don't gotta work a day in your life. Like,
I don't mean Kanye, I'm talking about Kim.
Yeah, Kim too. Yeah, like that. Nobody in that family has to work anymore.
Yeah, so I wonder why they try to remain hot. Like, why not just chill out?
I think they just love the attention. They love the relevancy. They love the importance. I think they're not ready to let that go yet, because they've been such like a pinnacle of, like, the social media success. And I think they're not ready to let it go.
I wonder how the industry really feels about them.
I feel like a lot of the people don't like them.
Who just banned them? Somebody just banned them recently.
I forgot.
Or somebody banned them from being able to buy a specific car or something like that. I just read that the other day. That was some funny shit.
Yeah, I don't think they like them. Like, you see the fashion industry hated them. Like, Anna Wintour hated them. Kanye pushed that door open for them. And now, I'm sure Anna Wintour, I don't know if she really even likes her still. She just sees it as, like, this is a money grab. Like, these people are irrelevant. But I think she don't even take them serious.
Yeah.
Still. So I don't think people really like them. I think they probably know that they're, like, very... love the attention, will create anything for a story.
The thing about the fashion industry is they're not ones for the real publicity and stuff like that. They don't really do the outrage marketing. They just make good clothes. You have people that have studied this stuff forever.
The clothes speak for themselves. Like, they don't need that.
Yeah, they're not. You sometimes barely even see the designers of these places, like of these pieces and stuff like that.
I think it just like them being like in that limelight did help a lot of people though. Like, you see what Kim did for Yeezy, and like even like Off-White, even what Kylie did. Kylie was probably like a big part of even a lot of streetwear brands getting really popular. Like, you remember when Ian Connor was styling her, I was like, what's Kylie doing wearing pirates? Like, I was so confused, but that brought that attention to that whole nother world, and they probably using her back then too, right? They probably were styling her, but they probably were like,
oh, of course,
we could get this brand could go up with Kylie wearing it, like.
And it did.
And you see, even with Travis, like Travis gained so much popularity, and a lot of his clothes and shoes gained a lot of popularity because of her too. So it creates, opens a whole nother door to this whole pretty girl wearing streetwear thing. Like, your everyday white girl wearing streetwear. She probably was a big part of that, with girls wearing sneakers, like, her people wearing sneakers and stuff. So it works, and I think some of these designers do just suck it up. Like, all right, we don't really like the Kardashians, but we're gonna use them.
Yeah.
So everybody be looking to see what they're gonna wear at the Met Gala and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's very interesting. I'm interested to see where this Yeezy campaign is gonna go. I think Kim also sees the comments, and she sees how much people have been coming for her. Like, oh, she needs Kanye back as her stylist. Like, she's been dressing crazy. So we'll see. But I don't really like it. I hope Kanye stays strong and don't fall for the finesse in the games. Because I think these people are going to be clout hungry forever. I feel like Kim's going to be in her 60s, 70s, still being clout hungry. And they're only going to use her kids. There's going to be a whole next generation of them on the TV show. And, Kim's going to be the new Kris Jenner. And, like, I think it's going to keep going for a minute. They're probably going to be irrelevant in our lives for the rest of our lives. So, we shall see. I wonder how Pete's handling it, because he has mental illnesses. So, hopefully he's not going crazy.